You're listening to Independent TV 7. Kindly click on the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Independent TV 7. Also, don't forget to click the bell icon to get more notification. Thanks for watching. President Muhammadu Buhari, as the president of Nigeria, has been dragged to court for hiding looters' identities. Yes, President Muhammadu Buhari has been dragged to court over his failure to publish the names of those indicted for the misappropriation of over 6 trillion naira in the Niger Delta Development Commission, the NDDC. In the suit filed at the Federal High Court, Abuja, Social Economic Rights and Accountability Project Serap seeks an order of mandamus to direct and compel President Muhammadu Buhari to publish the names of those indicted. The money was looted between 2000 and 2019, as documented in the recent forensic audit report on NDDC. The suit, which has been assigned to Justice Binta Iyanko at Court 2, is fixed for hearing on 29th of November 2021. Serap also seeks an order of mandamus to compel President Muhammadu Buhari to direct Mr. Abubakar Malami, the Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and also the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice and appropriate anti-corruption agencies to bring to justice anyone suspected to be responsible for the missing 6 trillion naira and to fully recover any stolen public funds. As it is, including Malami to this indictment, or rather to this arrest or prosecution, I believe Malami is even not a saint, because if he tries to, name those or bring publicly the names of those involved in this fraudulent act, Malami will be, you surprised that Malami will be number 2 or number 3, as it is. Serap argues that it is in the public interest to promptly publish the names of those indicted in the audit report and to ensure that they face prosecution as appropriate. The public interest in publishing the names of those indicted by the audit report or the weight any consideration to withhold the information and also outweighs it, as there will be no prejudice against those whose names are published as long as the information is appropriately framed and truthful, the group says. Serap also urges that the Buhari-led administration has legal obligations under Section 15(5) of the Nigerian Constitution 1999 as amended to abolish all corrupt practices and also abuses of power, and Article 26 of the United Nations Convention Against Corruption to ensure effective prosecution of allegations of corruption. The audit report raises prima facie evidence of grand corruption and its staggering effect in the Niger Delta. Nigerians have the right to know the names of those indicted and other details in the report as guaranteed under the African Charter on the Human and People's Rights and the Freedom of Information Act. Publishing widely the report and the names of those indicted would remove the possibility of obstruction of justice and provide insights relevant to the public debates on the ongoing efforts to combat grand corruption and the long-standing impunity of perpetrators in the country called Nigeria. Serap also seeks an order of mandamus to direct and compel President Buhari to widely publish and make available to Nigerians the forensic audit report on the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC), which is submitted to him on September 2nd, 2021. Joined in the suit as respondent is Mr. Abubakar Malami, SAN. Well, the suit was filed on behalf of Serap by its lawyers Kolawole Oluwadare and Opeyemi Olabi. The forensic audit report into the activities of the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC), which reveals grim allegations of misappropriation of 6 trillion naira in the commission between 2000 and 2019, and that there are over 13,000 abandoned projects in the Niger Delta. Wow. Well, according to the report, the NDDC operated a total number of 362 banks accounts, which resulted in a lack of proper reconciliation of accounts. Serap, in a letter dated 25th September 2021, requested President Buhari to publish the names of those indicted in the audit report, which is embedded in the constitution, that they must be published because under the constitution, because the citizens, have the right to information, like every information is being given by Lai Muhammad, and we accept. And those that have the right to even publish information, definitely either good or bad, or either fake or original, but definitely we're going to deduce if it's fake or original. But as it is, Buhari has refused, or let me say he's trying to come up with the names of those that have looted Nigerian treasury through the NDDC or thereabout. So if he's telling us he is not ready to publish their name, that means he is also a culprit. But as it is, I am very 100% sure that the reason why Buhari may not want to release those names is because he would always say, you want me to contradict my Anthony? What that simply means is that if Malami is not in the first, third or second, it will be rather in the first three of the category of the looters, because Malami has been indicted so many times, either through planning of coup, assassination, or fraudulent acts, or rather Malami is just a bunch of corruption. That's what I would say, because the Buhari administration came in 2015, started making mouth, says, I'm going to eradicate corruption. This is what I'm going to do. I will provide 3 million jobs. I will do this. I will do that. Our refinery will start working. All our propaganda and blasphemy in the highest order. Buhari needed to be arrested also. He said it in the area of security that Boko Haram in less than 6 months is going to conquer Boko Haram. Is that not a blasphemy or propaganda, or let me say lies to take power? So maybe under the constitution or in constitution of Nigeria as it is, I believe for that's false pretense. That's what it calls false pretense to power, or to cling to authority. He has deceived Nigerians. Yes, that's his deceit by saying he's going to do all those. He not even achieved quarter of those promises he made. That is why he too needed to be arrested and also be prosecuted as it is. That is why I believe he does not want to declare the names of those that are involved in the 6 trillion or thereabout. That is 6 trillion naira, debt, or let me say fraud. I'll call it fraud because the corruption embedded in this present administration is even much more than what we had during the PDP regime of 16 years. In less than 6 years, I believe Nigeria has gone to recession twice. And what is the cause of the recession? Is just mismanagement, and also the greed in the so-called in his administration. The greed because they will borrow money and share it among themselves. The promises they made, from the treasury, you will remove money, you do this, you do that. In the area of security, they have been diverting funds, giving all negative narratives, false narrative. In the area of ammunition purchase, whereby the United States says they will not supply ammunition or sell ammunition to Nigeria any longer because they are using it to violate the fundamental rights of the citizens. Okay, that aside, when it was being said that they wanted to purchase arms from the United States, they budgeted for $1 million, which is the parallel price of the either Tucano jet or the ammunition or thereabout. But don't let us venture into that. But what I want to come out with, and the points I'm going through, is that they budgeted $1 million for the ammunition purchase. And they eventually they paid 500 million, which is $500 million. Let me put it that way. Yes, that was the actual amount and the negotiation that was made, and they paid in $500 million. And meanwhile, they said, they said $1 billion was what they agreed on, but they later paid $500 million. So where's the remaining $500 million? The actual amount was $1 billion. I stand to be correct. I'm sorry, I said $1 million. No, it was $1 billion. So they paid in 500 million rather, which is the actual amount for the purchase. So they came back and they told us that they've paid in $1 billion, and meanwhile the actual amount for the price of the ammunition was 500 million naira. So where's the remaining 500 million? For you to know that this present administration is full of lies and also corrupt. This is where I'm going to draw the curtain. I would like you to share your views in the comment section. Thanks for listening, and God bless you.